or one that would come up halfway and go across. It's a few blocks from the Riverwalk to the San Pedro Creek. Anyway, it's a cool idea.
Yeah.
And we talked about that as well as the baseball stadium, where they are in that.
Now, the San Antonio ISD board is meeting, I guess, next Monday to discuss what to do with that piece of land that the San Antonio Missions wants for their new stadium. Now, clearly the school district would have the upper hand, right, Randy, in this negotiations?
Yes, they have leverage now because they are the last one. The county and the city have okayed the plan that they had to get to Major League Baseball. This is because the Weston Urban people, the owners, I'm not sure what the name, the owners of the Missions want to have the okay to build a stadium as part of a much larger complex, but there's a 2-acre parcel of land, 2.5, that the San Antonio School District owns. They now have leverage because if they don't sell it, the plan for the stadium is in question. And so the leverage they want to use is to make sure that there's affordable housing in that area, to make sure they get land, the money for the land that they would lose over the next 20 whatever years, and more parking. So they want a parking garage built. So Charity's going to be reporting on that next week, but it's something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, Randy, if we missed On the Record last night, how can we watch that?
Why, thank you. You asked that just as I wrote it. You can look at klrn.org/on the record. People are turning the radios off in droves right now, but I appreciate that.
Well, no, really that way, if they do that, they'll see that cool video you're showing.
You can see the video that I haven't seen anywhere else. It may have been on some of the other
No,
stations.
nobody else had it, Randy.
But nobody's else.
Nobody.
Else.
Exclusive.
Actually, yesterday when we were talking to Tommy Calvert, he had to leave. The next thing he was doing after our interview at KLRN was going out into the parking lot there and talking to a reporter here locally about feral hogs.
Oh, hey.
Now, there's a feral hog problem. Apparently, there's roaming, marauding feral hogs
I mean, it's
on
a
the
real
east side.
story.
Yes.
But
there are gangs of feral hogs.
We chose. Although that would be a great name, wouldn't it? Feral hogs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, Terry, what do you think of the idea of a river walk linking the Riverwalk to San Pedro Creek?
If that somehow boosts tourism and
that's what they hope in that area.
Then I'm all for it.
You are really gung ho on that one.
Well, I'm just, it's been a long time since I've been in that stretch of the Riverwalk. So I'd probably have to go on foot and see it firsthand to give you my true opinion. But if it boosts tourism and they end up adding more retail restaurants in the area as a result, then yeah, it's a boon for San Antonio.
Kind of the north side of downtown, northwest side. And so it is kind of underdeveloped right now. And it would be close to that baseball
so there's that.
There's that, but that isn't why. And actually, Tommy Calvert did not support that because he's concerned about the taxes that would be used to pay for it, even though it's from tax increment investment zone. This is getting very complicated.
It is. Very, very complicated.
But if you go to klrn.org/on the record, you can see the video, which is cool. And I didn't understand how cool it would be until I saw it.
Yeah, you have to see it. You have to see it. Yeah. So go check it out.
So I'm pimping TV. I'm sorry.
Hey, we're here to...
I'm getting that look like...
we're all about pimping
TV, boy.
On the record on KLRN. More coming up with Randy Beamer. We'll get you caught up on headlines, traffic, and weather. WOAI News Time, 8:45.
I've forgotten.
Way to go, TV boy.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to shoot more stuff. Anyway, I thought it was kind of cool.
No, it is very cool. Show it to them now. They can see it.
Okay.
No, you can't see it. All you see is a glare.
Oh, there it is.
There you go. Over. This way. There we go. Right there.
That's some of it.
That's right there.
What it will look like.
Right
that is cool. Yeah, I like that.
And I mean, that's what it could look like. There's 3 different versions of it.
Is this the best one?
I think the one at river level is.
Okay.
But I think some of these are also, there's one halfway up the river.
I
and
like
then there's
that,
one
man.
that goes up to, it's not really a link like this. It would go up to the street.
Okay.
And then they would work on some of the street.
Randy, are we supposed to see you in a Speedo like that?
Wait, here's one of Mr. T. Yes.
I love it.
It's definitely a Friday.
Yeah, it is.
I listen to you guys and I hope I know my mom's not watching YouTube,
Probably not.
but every Friday she's, I think you went too far again.
Impossible.
We
Now,
tried.
Eric Bowden, who you met, the photographer at
Yes.
Opelka, he says, so when does Randy take over the old Joe Pag spot in the afternoons? We can call it Afternoons with Beamer on WOAI.
That would go over real
5 to 8
well.
p.m. 5 to 8 p.m. with Beamer. I like it.
I do too.
I
all
smell-
for
I
it.
smell
Alex
ratings.
Jones,
I smell
I
ratings.
can't do pads.
You know what though? You could have Mike Opelka on with you.
That would be a whole different show.
It would be
If we
good.
had that side of Opelka,
Yes.
the other
Yes.
side,
The
Yes.
lizard suit.
The Lizard
Opelka.
King.
the dark side.
Yeah, the dark side of Opelka. Ooh, that could be what it's called.
Yes.
Randy
With-
and the
and-
dark side of Opelka. I like it.
My radio name could be Feral Hog.
Ooh.
Farrell, I like it.
Yeah, I like it.
That's an old Texas name.
Governor, yeah.
What was your
Yeah.
CB handle? My CB handle was Desert Rat. There was a Michael Martin Murphy song
Yes.
on an 8-track called Desert Rat.
And
So-
you had a CB?
Oh, CB.
Oh, my
you didn't have a
dad.
CB radio in the
KYP
70s?
5393
No. Oh,
was
they were
our,
huge.
our
I know they
license
were
number.
huge.
The
Yeah.
KDA 7926, the Desert Rat on the mobile.
5393, that was my dad's, and he was the happy fella.
George
Get married,
Gervin, I
man,
know
happy
this because
fellow.
I'm a freak,
Yeah.
was the Ting-a-ling.
Kingaling,
He
yes.
was the KTU 9588 because we would talk to him after Spurs games on CB radios.
I used to sit in the
Wow.
back seat
Yeah.
when we go on trips
But
cross country and go.
when
like
you
that in
did
the
that,
backseat.
didn't other people try to cut in?
Oh, they would hear you. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But we still would have conversations with
Okay,
him.
so do you remember this? When I came here in '83, one of the first stories was they were doing construction on 1604 near 10, widening it to 4 lanes.
Yeah.
And there were signs that said, "Don't key your CB radio because it could cause explosions."
Oh, because
Wow.
they were using
Because they-
dynamite
yeah, using
and
dynamite
using
that was keyed.
detonators. Yeah.
Interesting.
So that's the only. I mean,
Yeah.
that was actually.
Oh,
a
see,
story.
nowadays,
That's crazy.
nowadays you put that sign up and everybody's hitting it like, hey, let's see it blow up.
Well,
man. Yeah.
I guess there are still CB radios. 'Cause
Yeah,
you can get
truckers
truckers
use them.
at Loves and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I don't think at Buc-ee's. I stopped at
You don't need
Love's.
one at Buc-ee's.
No, but I mean they have a whole section at
Yeah.
Love's. for
Yeah. Oh,
truckers.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So but you must have been rich kids to have a CB radio.
No,
No,
very,
see, that's why
very
we had a
middle.
CB radio.
Holmes
'cause-
High School, John
Yeah.
Jay High School,
yeah,
very
we were
middle
not
class.
rich. No,
Yeah,
trust
but
me.
still you could talk to.
No, see, John Jay, we were breaking other people's cars and taking. I'm just
They
kidding.
were-
I'm kidding.
No, you would buy a hot CB.
Yeah, you could buy a
Right,
hot CB because you
buy
couldn't
a
really.
hot one
Yeah.
for $15.
Wow.
You got a
You
Radio
get one
Shack.
You get one in the
and pay
smoking area at
$1.89.
Jay for $15, man. Come on.
This is not representative of the current Jay High School.
No, actually, it's much
population.
worse now.
Wow.
It
You're not
is.
going to get blowback or pushback.
Look, I grew up in that neighborhood, man. I've been over in that neighborhood now. It's not what it used to be.
But you would get pushback if you were on TikTok saying that now.
Sure,
True. Yeah,
sure.
probably.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Final segment, anything specific or just
it's all you guys.
Okay.
I'm just gonna
Let's talk about the cold because I can't stand it. Get rid of it, Randy.
Sure.
Make it go away.
I'm going to see how cold it is up in Lubbock.
Lubbock. Stand by.
Okay. More with Randy Beamer in studio coming right up. First, Charity. What stories are you following?
Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is being selected by President-elect Trump to head the Department of Health and Human Services. The FBI stopped a potential terrorist plot that included targeting synagogues in the Houston area. And an illegal immigrant charged in connection with a high-profile murder of Georgia nursing student Laken Riley heads to trial today. We'll have more right now, traffic and weather.
Sunny skies today. Highs around 80 degrees. It's 52 degrees here in Stone Oak. WOAI News Time 8:52.
San Antonio's first news. That is astronaut Chris Hadfield singing from the International Space Station, Space Oddity by David Bowie. Everything's moon related on this full moon.
Sounded a little bit like Tiny Tim at the beginning.
A little bit reminiscent of Tiny Tim. Randy Beamer with us in studio. Randy, you're an adventurer. Last weekend you went to Big Bend. You went canoeing. How was that, and how are you going to top that this weekend?
Well, canoeing, you can't really do at Big Bend now, which is why I went out there to do this. You can, but even at the half-day tours, you have to get out of the canoe and drag it over rock. Because that stretch of the Big Bend is so low right now and has been for months.
Yikes.
And then this weekend, I'm going up to see my daughter, Texas Tech.
Oh, very cool.
Last weekend before, I was down at the coast. Going to have to go back there to see the whooping crane sometime. But I love to go shoot video, and then I get really tired of trying to put it together, which is why you don't see it. And I have to mention before we go off the air that I have some great video of you guys, Charity, Mr. T, Chris, and even Charlie Parker.
Wow.
That I'll have to put on the air sometime.
Wow.
If you're nice to me.
Well, but do you have us during the commercial breaks when we're swearing? I mean,
because that happens.
How incriminating is this video?
Well, there's some. See these things up here?
Yes.
They're not speakers. They're surveillance cameras.
Yes, we know.
iHeartMedia. Do you guys have any big plans for the weekend?
I have a kid's birthday party to go to. That's always fun.
Those are fun. Yeah.
Exciting
There's some more
times.
of that anger I had, that passive aggressiveness.
Just watch out for the garage doors.
Yeah, you got to keep her away from the garage door.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys?
No plans whatsoever. We're actually going to go see my mom tomorrow. Yeah. Other than that, no plans.
An overnight, both night outdoor spiritual retreat in Von Ormy, Texas, on the banks of the Medina River. And I hate cold weather. I love the full moon. So I bought a battery powered heated vest.
I've seen those.
That I can heat up to like 100 degrees or whatever it was.
You know what else you can get is a hat that has built-in light on it. So you don't have to wear the separate light on your head.
No, there's no light at this retreat. It's a darkness retreat.
It's a retreat.
It's kind of an outdoor meditation retreat under the full moon.
And you hate cold weather, Chris. I know you have this heating jacket. Are you gonna have hot tea?
I got
something hot cocoa.
There will be a fire. There'll
Okay.
be a fire, so I will be curled up in a ball by the fire, wearing my battery heated vest while looking up at the full moon.
Shoot some video of that and put it at chrisduel.com or
I will.
Where you
I will.
WAI.com.
Yes.
Oh no, don't do that.
Well, somebody told me the other day they heard me on 1500 WOAI, which I didn't realize was a station.
It's our pirate
we don't
radio
have diaries
station
anymore for people
Close.
who listen to the station. So, any final words, Randy, to send San Antonio off onto its weekend?
Stay warm.
Stay warm.
Do you like this weather, Randy, or
I
you
hate
complain about it like the rest of the men?
We hate
that's
it.
a sexist
We hate
statement.
it.
Wow.
Oh, that's
The
going to be
men and
next
the-
week's
and
therapy
the
Next
session.
week's
building.
therapy for charity. Why do you hate men? And you love it hot.
True.
That will be next week's topic for charity. Our thanks to Randy Beamer. Thanks to EJ Pacheco and Andrew Zimmel doing the heavy lifting technically throughout the show. And Andrew even got our YouTube back on YouTube after apparently Randy must have said something. And,
I broke it.
YouTube
Pretty much.
took us off the air for a while, but we were back at the very end. All right, we will do this again on Monday. Have a great weekend. You've got the Glenn Beck program coming at you. Before that, Charity McCurdy has all the big stories you need to know about on the Ides of November. Right now, your Sean Hannity Morning Minute, WOAI News Time, 8:56.
Everybody have a great weekend.
You
We'll see
too.
you Monday.
Adios.